Production.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know what?
Please tell me you're recording right now. Are you recording right now?
I always record. As soon as I call you, I was recording.
No, this is going to video. Yo, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to a Coming of Age, the podcast. Coming of Age. So let me just, before Azan goes and introduce us, this is what I go through every single episode. The man does a countdown. I wait for the countdown. Then we're about to start. And then he says, either you're ready or he starts laughing for no reason.
Or I have some stupid joke to say, yeah.
Like nothing right there, nothing happened. I just started smiling and then he died before we can even and we were recording.
I tell you why. Because
tell the people why. Go ahead.
You
better be recording right now. You're recording right now.
You have dry. I'm recording. You have dry hands, right? And you were like scratching your hands. Scratching your hands.
What are you talking about? My hands are good, yo.
But generally, you have dry skin. Like you have dry.
So hang on. So you started laughing at the beginning of the episode because of my dry skin, my eczema.
No, I had a joke. I had a joke to bust a joke on you about your dry skin. But then in my brain was your voice saying how I always do this. I always like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But I wasn't even scratching.
No, you were.
Why did you?
It was very It was super minor. That's why I was like, I killed it. But then you call me out. Sorry. Anyways, we are back again this week, everyone. Episode 51.
I don't even want to be back anymore, guys. This guy's calling him out.
episode.
This guy's a dermatologist all of a sudden.
Yo, shout out Dr. AJ, man. Shout out Dr. Episode 51. Frankie, how is it going? Great intro there. And episode 50. Episode 50 was last week. Great milestone for us to hit 50.
Yes.
Not a lot of. Yes. They always say a lot of podcasts fail within 6 months. We are going stronger than ever, and we're pushing through this lockdown too, and all this quarantine stuff, and we've made it work, man. We've definitely made it work, I think. No?
100%. We've adapted. We used to do our recordings in person, and then we were like, yo, let's figure out how to do it remotely. And yo, shout out IG. Came through big time. But honestly, still great content, still life, still perspective, still opinion, still unscripted. And last week was actually a sick episode. Shout out to Chef Juan for coming through. Talking about why I can't do videos with this Zan. This guy's just laughing at me. I can't handle it. Anyways, last week on risk taking, I ain't even talking no more. I'm just gonna go scratch my skin, guy.
Yeah, risk taking was good. I think it's one of those ones where it'd be nice to have someone also on next time if we do ever do a part 2, like someone who is an extreme, maybe not an extreme risk taker, but someone who there's people in our lives who we know personally who are people that like they'll jump head first every time, right? Like they'll
that's true.
They'll jump into the cold water no matter what.
Get the other side perspective because all of us were pretty not as risky as you know what I mean?
Right. I think what was eye-opening to me was like there's stories like even though I know you and I'm getting to know you even more and more each week and just us like kind of bonding more and becoming more better friends. There's a lot of stories I don't know. So you start talking about like that's one great thing that I wish we had video on. When you start saying you said it so casually. You're like, well, you know, I was like something, something, something. And I'd be jumping, like parachuting, just parachuting into a DZ zone. And and I was like, wait, what? Wait, what? I think you're parachuting. He's like, yeah. When you're in cadet, and then you're like, oh, when you're in cadets, and I'm like, oh yeah, he had mentioned to me even prior
It
to
all
this
came to you.
cadets. So I'm like, okay, cadets, whatever, whatever. Yeah, but then you're like sick at. I think chef asked you like how old were you? And you're like 16. I'm like 16. This guy's effing jumping out of a parachute, like parachuting
Yo, man, that's how we do. That's how we do.
in the
Course
DZ.
number 0401 all day.
Geez, 0401.
Yo, man. Hey, we all have our I think we all have our thrills, to be honest. We all have it. And that's the funny thing. To other people, that's nothing. They'll be like, what do you mean? That's a Tuesday for me. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, cool. But
yeah, like
nonetheless,
no, in
yeah,
my
go ahead.
in my afterthoughts of all this stuff, I was thinking like, and again, what struck me was when we were all three of us were talking, we didn't go into much about how when we were young and like very specifics, but I mentioned later on in our like we have a group chat that we're on. I was like, I remember jumping off of like cliffs in like the Caribbean, and like
Yeah, man.
and gorges and stuff at like Lake Simcoe and stuff like that. But
Here's the
it just
thing. I'm
totally,
still
like,
in
yeah.
that phase, though. I'm 100% still in that. Oh, I can do that. And just the last time they caught, not last time, but 2 years ago at the cottage, because last year we couldn't go. Same thing. I was jumping off. I was trying to find a video, actually. I was going to send it to you guys. But huge cliff. And like, I'm just like, all right, yo, it's almost like I have to prove it to myself. You know what I mean? That I can
that
do
you
it.
could do it. See, and you strike
Yeah.
me. You strike me as a guy that you're. Even if in the future would hold that you would have some kids, I feel like you'd probably bring your kids with you. Maybe you kind of like
100%.
bring them to jump.
Yeah, toss them off the cliff, yo.
So like again, that kind of struck me that like we all kind of we all at different parts of our lives, except for you. Maybe you're probably still in that like, but meaning like you're maybe not looking.
Yeah,
for
no
it.
kids. No,
but you're not like looking for it every day or looking for it every weekend. But if it's there, you'll take the risk. Like you'll have that kind of like not life threatening. What would be the word? Like daredevilish kind of stuff, maybe.
I'd have a white moment.
A white moment is very white of you, yeah. And then, but it's funny again. Like me and Marlon both like kind of graduated from that. He was more pushed into it just from life wise, and I kind of just more embraced my naturalness, like my more natural being like more precautious kind of a person, you know?
Yeah, more worried.
Yeah. So like that's great, man. And I think the next time we do that, we should try to get someone on who also will share like some more like super riskier stuff. We could just be like, or you'll probably be like, yeah, yo, when next time you going? Yo, when next time you going? And I'll be like, yo, you don't have kids? I want someone with kids and who's still doing that kind of stuff. That's what I want.
Wow.
So I can just be like,
true.
Why are you doing this, man? Why are you doing this, yo? I don't know. You have insurance?
Gotta stay young. Keep. Yeah, you do, yo. I got great insurance through my company, guy.
But yeah, episode 50 in the bag. We are now on to
episode 51.
51 is on and popping, and this is a sweet
I feel like
one.
I honestly feel like I was doing diaphragm exercises because I feel like I'm going to laugh so hard. And you know what's the worst part? When you tell people that like, oh, you're gonna laugh, and like they listen, it's like, I ain't laughing. But honestly, we've been waiting to do this episode because Azam is the one who introduced this term to me. I didn't know what it meant. And then as the episodes evolve, I still don't know what it means, but I have my interpretation. I'm sure he's going to correct me today.
Yo, I have been saying this phrase like since my teens.
Did you come up with this?
I haven't heard it anywhere. I'm being serious. It's not like if someone else has said it or like said it in that way, all the best to them. But I don't know where I got it from. I just remember I thought anytime like these guys would say anything to me or like talk about something, I would always say it. I would always say it to them and like, but then say it and then follow it up with like, a story or some sort of but I'd follow it up. Back then I didn't have like all this tons of experience or like these situations that were happening, so it'd just be BS, right? It's something like I spoke it into fruition. I just spoke it all into like
oh my gosh
existence.
I am ready for this. I am so ready. ladies and
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, today, episode 51, season 2 of a Coming of Age the podcast. This episode's entitled Sweet Up. I try so hard to say how you do. Like me, I just be like sweet up. But you always say yo, sweet up.
Yeah, sweet.
Like it's
chill,
like
man.
sweet up.
Yeah, sweet
See?
up, sweet up, man. Sweet up, sweet up. You got sweet.
Yeah,
chill,
see, I
man.
don't have that Guyanese accent. If I try to do like a Vinci accent, yeah, sweet up, yeah, day.
Yeah, that's not. It was wrong with. That's perfect. That's perfect. You hitting Caravana. We went Young Street, yo. Young Street. We're hitting
That's the
August.
only thing I say. Hey, what's your name? Yo, sweet up the gal day.
What's your name?
But what's
You're not
your
even
name?
answering- you're
Yo,
not even-
sweet up, yeah.
Mr. Sweet
Bitch,
Up.
you don't want the sweet up?
Mr. Sweet Up.
Mr. Sweet Up. Nice. So, yes, we are discussing the infamous Sweet Up. And we're going to break it down as we always do. So, first, we're going to talk about what is Sweet Up. Okay. And I'm sure Zam's going to bless us with his knowledge, his years of wise, wealth, whatever. So he's going to hit us with that. And then we are going to roll into why Sweet Up. Why does it exist? Why do you need it? Do you use it for good, for evil, for selfish, for the many, for the few? What is it? You know what I mean? Like when? And then we're going to go into a rapid fire shot of examples of Sweet Up, just so we can, I feel like by that time I'll have a good understanding or my own opinion on it, and we'll be able to see how Azam and I differ. Azam, are you ready?
I'm ready. Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? You're glitched. Purposely, the universe glitched you out there for a second.
Well, I glitched?
I said, "Are you?"
No.
I said, "Are you ready?" And it was like,
I'm ready.
Okay.
Azam, when you say
Yes.
Sweet Up,
Yes.
what do you mean?
So the art of the Sweet Up. Okay.
It's an art.
It's an art, and
It's
is
an
not
art.
only
Oh.
and listen by unpopular opinion.
But when you say art, is it like a philosophy? Is it like a mental? Is it psyche? Like art can be so many things. You got to paint me the picture.
You know, when you look at a painting, they say it's 1,000 words. You have to have about 1,000 words to master the Sweet Up and the functions of the Sweet Up. And one of the most important elements also of it is that it not only attains or is attributed to you saying it to the opposite sex in a romantic
I wish you guys could see his
way.
hand gestures right
Like,
now.
it's
He's
not
just
that.
like,
It essentially is the way of talking, the way of being to endear someone to you. That essentially is what I would define as a Sweet Up. So an example of it not being of the opposite sex or someone of interest would be not to go too deep. I know that I have kids and I don't have enough social time to be with a lot of my friends, right? As I would be if I didn't have children. Okay, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Me getting to know Frank more and more now, probably in the last year and a half, I know that I cannot be the high quality of friend that I could have been 10 years ago. Meaning, our chill time, our bonding time, our quality time would not be what it would be 10 years ago. So how would I go about sweetening him up? How would I go about endearing? How would I go about endearing myself to him? And I do it in a number of facets of ways. I printed a photo of us, of our podcast. Remember that? I give it to you as
he did. He did. That was a good Sweet Up.
Nice little Sweet Up, right? He comes to my house. I say, you take whatever you need. You have something, you're doing stuff to your house. You take whatever. I have a whole ton of stuff in the basement. You don't got to give me no, just take, how much? He's like, how much? Yo, I'll pay. Take it. take it, man. Take that is what I could offer. So it's an endearing thing. It's not and it's not a like usury thing. It's
So
not.
when I made you
Yeah.
pay for that PS3, that's the opposite of sweet up. That's a salt
Yes,
up.
that First of all, Frank,
especially since I offered you MSRP pricing.
Frank goes to me. So listen, if people want to know, should we expose his backstory? This is our backstory. So
No, leave it, yo, leave it.
Okay.
So sweet up can be for it's not gender specific.
Your mom, it could be. Now, when it comes to your girl or wife or your gal, whoever you got, when I say girl, I mean girlfriend. Gal, I mean, whatever your little thing, whatever, a couple thing you might have.
So there's a difference of sweet up between a gal and a girlfriend?
In my brain, yes. Because your girl is your girl, like like maybe you're not married to her yet. Like Ceci's your girl, you know what I'm saying? Like you live with her, that's your girl.
Oh, now if you have before we go on, happy International Women's Day. Gotta shout that out to all the women out there. It is Happy International Women's Day, so shout out. See, that's a sweet up, right?
A super sweet up, yo, nice sweet up.
Hey, there's levels to this game.
levels to it. And that was a very respectful one. That was a very respectful version of it. But that's so like Cecilia would be your girl, and you might approach her different than your gal or a couple gal. You might have a little side thing, a couple thing here or there.
Well, I there is no might for me. I don't. I just want to clarify that before you friggin' have some kind of Bulgarian girl come crashing in the room right now.
Her mom shows up. Like, what do you mean? But so it's just different ways. But I think again the most popular, probably most entertaining way is the version that would come out, with your girlfriend, your wife, or your gal.
So for sweet up, just maybe you can clarify. Sweet up doesn't necessarily have to be verbal. It could be physical. It could be a gesture. 100%. It can be a gesture, a gift. 100%. It can be silence. It can be anything, right?
Oh, anything. Like there's times I don't even talk. I don't even say a word. I come down the stairs. Saida sees me out of the corner of her eye. I know she sees me. I go over to her. I don't say one word. The kids are talking to me. I ignore them. I walk right past.
You just rub your belly on her. Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was gonna say something. I was gonna say I graze up. I just graze up past her as she's talking to me.
Okay.
I graze up by her again one more time, and then when she doesn't think that I'm there, I just kind of put my arm around her and give her a kiss on her. That's a sweet up, man. Straight sweet up. Simple.
That sounds like a ninja.
Easy. Simple, easy. It's funny. Everybody's, it's a little because that's part of it too. It's a little bit of humor, a little bit of, You got to be able to. You got to be able to poke.
So what's okay? So you just said that. So what's the serious? So I guess also for our viewers, I dare not. I keep asking the question because I know that if I ever give a suggestion, you're just gonna probably laugh at me and say wrong. But what would be like a serious sweet up versus a like a sweet up in jest, like a more laid back sweet up?
So probably a more serious one would probably be something like getting, what I like to do? I like to get like small desserts. So instead of getting like the big cheesecake, I get like the mini cheesecakes. You know what I'm saying? Like the mini ones. And then so I'll buy that. I'll keep it in the garage. So I'll buy it like in the morning time, afternoon time, and I'll keep it in the garage. When the kids start playing around, this is present day. Like I can go back to old days and all that kind of stuff too. But I'm talking about.
I want you to. We're getting there. We're getting there.
But like I'll have that cheesecake. It'll be sitting there. Nothing's wrong with it. It's not gonna melt or anything like that. But it'll be in the garage, tucked away. No one knows that it's there. When I know the kids are thinking, I'll just go off to the garage, come back, start opening it up, put it up on the kitchen table. Set more times it'll be on the couch or something. I'll set it up, put it in 2 plates, head over to her on the couch, put one right in front of her, put one right in front of me. Yo, that's easy thing, man. Easy, no. Okay,
so is this so then? So another example. That's cheesecake. So what if you
Because why I'm gauging the levels to is the reaction to it, right? So I gave you one. So I just gave you 2 where there was no verbal anything, right? There's no verbals. So the first one is me coming down. The kids are grazing her. Like, Daddy, what's up? Da, da, da. And I'm just bypassing them. They're kind of like, hey, what are you not talking to? They bust jokes or whatever. I go by her, I graze past her, she's talking to me. I come back again the next side, graze past her, act like I'm getting cereal or something like that. Hook my arm around her, give her a kiss on the head. That's a simple, easy thing. There's nothing too like, complicated about that.
Yeah.
But her after that is like, hey babe. It's like a different level of thing. When you come with the cheesecake now, when you come with a little dessert thing, a little soft thing, don't cost you much, man. The thing don't cost you more than $5-6 on a bad day, bro.
Yo, the other day I was at Shoppers. Where was I? Yeah, Shoppers. I was picking up some medication. And on the way out, I'm like, yo, let me get a little chocolate for Cece. So I went, I got two of those big, like, Dutty bricks of chocolate.
Right.
One for me, one for her, a coconut flavored, and then a dark chocolate one.
Yeah.
I went home. I was just like, yo, just give that to her. She's like, yo, thanks, boobs. That's a sweet top, right?
You know what? That's a sweet top, man. That's a sweet
What do
top.
you mean, you know what?
'Cause,
What do you mean, you know what? Just because I didn't chill it in the garage first,
I mean,
and
I
like
wouldn't put
tease
it up,
myself with it.
I wouldn't put it up there with it wouldn't be up there with the cheesecake little thing there, But
I didn't say it's up there with a cheesecake. I'm just saying it is in the same category because you use food, but it's at a different level.
Yo, what was that?
Did you really just say it's not up there with a cheesecake? Are you serious right now?
Yo, one episode, remember you were talking about Sissy, like there's all this stuff going on with your house, and like you went to like the grocery store or something like that, and you saw flowers and you were gonna buy the flowers for Sissy, right? Remember? And you were like,
yeah,
you were like, you saw them, you're like,
yeah,
you know what? Her birthday.
Because her birthday.
You're like, I'm gonna have to buy it again anyway. I'm like, you know what? Let me allow the flowers. And I don't know what number episode that was, but that was one of the funniest.
But in my defense, though, I did buy her welcome home flowers. The first day that we got to the house, she opened. That's a sweet top. I didn't have to do this.
Yeah, that's right.
So she got home. I went. I got the flowers. She didn't know. I put them right on the counter. When she came home, she saw the flowers. It said "Welcome home, boobs," and boom, it was right there for her, guys. She still has one of those flowers. She dried it. That's a sweet top. That's better than a cheesecake.
It was a sweet top.
That's better than cheesecake. I want to hear you say it. That's better than cheesecake sweet top.
What was it that you did when she just walked home and then it was like a thing playing?
What do you mean? What I just do? I just said what I just did. You weren't even listening to me.
What did you say happened? She just walked in and there's just flowers there. What did you say?
She walked in. Yeah. There was flowers. I put a card on it saying "Welcome home." Yeah. On the first day that we had possession of, like we were living in the house.
And you walked in together?
No, I was home and she walked in.
And then what happened after that? What was like the after effect?
She was like, "Oh, thanks, boobs. Thank you. They're beautiful." I was like, "Yeah, man. Welcome."
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? Yo,
you know again. That's not sweet though, man. I thought it's about the reaction.
Mean?
It's about the
what
reaction,
do you mean?
Man. You see,
she had a reaction. I can't remember 6 months ago. She was happy.
See, I'm getting the extra leg on top of my leg. I'm getting the extra little come closer, make room for you on the couch, kind of thing. Them kind of thing, man. Not not that kind of just.
But that wasn't the goal. Your goal was to use cheesecake to get to your wife. My goal was simply to say, "Welcome home, woman."
Them kind of verbiage. Them kind of verbiage you got.
Yo, happy International Women's Day, guy. Yeah.
Okay, so.
Oh my gosh.
So what would you have any? Yeah, go ahead. Like when you hear me saying this thing about.
So if I were to say in general,
fine.
general, so far, I would say you're gonna disagree. So most of the times where you refer to sweet top, it's usually because you were trying to get something. Whether it's you're trying to get your wife or you're trying to, diffuse an argument or, something. You're always, just go sweet her up, man. I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah, fine. All right. You're right. So I associate sweet up with not doing something to get something in return, but that is a part of it. But also just to do something just to make the person feel nice and, feel, it can be a selfish and an unselfish act. So actually let's go into there. So, okay, I think so. I think we can agree that.
Hold on. I am not doing this out of like something happened and like, oh, I gotta make everything okay, kind of thing. Now
Okay, hang on. So you hang on.
that
Okay,
does
okay, okay,
happen.
okay. So
That does
hey,
happen.
wait. So we're about to get there.
This is
Hang
regular
on.
Tuesday,
Wait. Whoa,
man.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna get there. So
Okay.
we're agreeing that sweet up is just a gesture, whether it's verbiage, a gift, a grazing in tall grass,
But like you, but
some kind of communication,
right.
some form of communication with either your loved one, a friend, or whomever, just to kind of make them feel good.
But it's also judged on the. See,
Mm.
you gave me two examples where you got the same reaction. It's just, oh, thanks, boobs.
It's the same reaction.
Thanks, boobs.
No, man, there's more, but like I just like downplay. I'm not gonna go into details like, she had fire in her eyes and her smile stretched from cheek to cheek and her cheeks glowed with like the red blossoming of poppies. Like, I don't know. Like,
That's
I'm
the
not going to
level. That's the
Shakespeare.
level. I don't say, but that's what I'm saying. If that's what happened, then your sweet up, your move was good. You had a good move. You're just telling me that you said got thanks, boob. Thanks, boob's like
No, I didn't just get thanks, boobs.
Well,
She
that's what I'm
dashed it
waiting.
away.
Well, that's what I'm waiting to hear. I told you, it's based
my
on your
gosh.
reaction. The reaction.
Okay,
gives
she
you the-
was joyous. She was gleaming. She felt welcome because it was her home and she had a little gift there. Like I said, she's
so much
still,
stress.
to this day,
There was so much stress
she's
going
still-
on. Yeah.
yes, she's still, we did have arguments during the renos. To this day, I can go get it. She has
I
a
believe
petal
you, yes.
saved, a full rose saved that she dried and preserves to show the foundation of our moving and
Okay,
love and my gesture.
Now you talking the thing, man. Now you talking the
Better,
thing.
better than cheesecake, yo.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna say in that instance, I can give you a different story, but I'll let you have that. That's better than the cheesecake thing. Yes.
Is this a comp? All right, yo, don't make me go through my. Okay, I'll go through memory lane, guy. I'm looking around as if I have a book of all the sweet ups I've done. I'm like, yo, don't make me get my.
I'm just trying to give you an example of like where it doesn't
Small
even have to be
example, small
verbal.
example.
Yeah, give verbal.
Yes,
even, you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
So let's go. So yes, I agree that it can be. Okay, so here's another example. Later in the example section, we're just going to be going general, but you could tell me if this is sweet up, okay? So we have two TVs in the house. So often Cece will be downstairs. I let her have the big, like the new TV. She, watches her shows, and I might be upstairs playing video games or chilling, whatever. We'll go hours without seeing each other. But while I'm watching TV or playing my video games, I will periodically get up, go downstairs, just give her a little kiss, just say, "Hey, you good?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm good." I'm like, "All right." I just go back upstairs, and the motion. Oh, I hate you. The notion is just to go and show that I'm thinking of her. I'm like, yes, although we're apart, I'm just saying what up. I'm coming out of my way just to, because I want to kiss, and then I'm gone. Is that a sweet up?
That's beautiful.
It's not cheesecake.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
That's like I'll call that a passive sweet up.
I guess also what I'm realizing, what I've done is I have departmentalized the sweet up thing into also like your accent comes out, kind of like a different kind of you comes.
Yeah,
out,
that never
you know
happens.
what I mean?
That never happens.
Yeah. So like, when I'm hearing you say it, I have to take.
Like, unless I'm gonna drop a
take it as,
Bulgarian
like-
accent, it's not gonna
I
happen.
have to take. See, that's what I'm trying to get to. That I'm trying to understand that you are saying these things as straight, proper English, right? There's no like slang stuff to it or anything like that, right?
So sweet up doesn't have to have a
But
friggin'.
I'm saying that's from me, my end. I'm saying that like you break it down into them kind of language.
One thing I did the other night was because I call her boobs, right? And I looked up in Bulgaria.
We know that.
Well, I had to say that because I hate you. I should have done this episode. I looked up in Bulgarian how to say boobs in Bulgarian, and I went to her. I was like, "Hey," and I butchered it, but I tried. I was a small little, sweet up. These are small. These aren't cheesecake levels, guy. I'm just telling you. All right, yo. So
but
next.
What are you getting back?
No. Next. You don't have to get anything back. You don't have to get anything back. It's just
you have to get something back.
No, you don't. You don't have to get
so
something
that's a level
back.
1. That's a level 1 sweet up you did.
That's if anything, it should be higher because you're doing something to not get something
no,
back.
but you did a sweet thing. I'm talking about sweet up, man. Sweet like
I'm gonna
like
kill
you
you.
gotta bring her up,
Now you're telling me
a
there's difference
level.
in a up and a tink.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's the reaction you get. That's what I said from the beginning. I would rate a sweet something called like a sweet up.
She was.
Sweet
What do you mean?
up.
She was.
Look, hence the word
Okay,
up. You
so hang
bring
on.
her
So
up.
what did? So you're telling me because you gave cheesecake and Sayeda what? Put her leg on your leg. That qualifies as an
Leg,
ultimate
make
high
some
level sweet
room,
up.
make some extra room for me. Let me
Mm.
go sit on right beside she, touch up she hips
Just
on
because you
hips.
put a friggin' accent on it doesn't mean shit. Okay, get out of here. I'm not giving you that. You're saying all this. You
Okay.
probably just leaned over just to watch TV or something. Yo, get out of here. All right.
Nah, G,
So now
nah,
don't
G.
drop G on me. You're not gonna sweeten me up. All right. You're not gonna sweeten me up in your own game.
Yo, you look
So
at me.
okay.
Yo,
So
I will say this: the way this light is hitting you, you look good. You look fresh, like it's hitting you at a glisten.
the way the light's hitting you, you look ugly. So,
But
what we're
see,
gonna say
but look at
next?
your beard. Look at your like even when it hits the side
Azam,
of your angle, the
Azam,
beard, man, like the beard is
this ain't
coming
gonna
out
work.
nice, man.
This
It'll
ain't gonna
coming
work.
up
This
all
is a
nice.
negative reaction.
Come on,
This
nice.
is a negative
Yeah, but
reaction to this
you're
poor
forcing
attempt of a
you're
sweet top.
you're forcing it. But I look at your face; it's gonna blush and nice
No,
smile.
no blush.
Look, see,
Where?
even your defensiveness, even your defensiveness is like calling me ugly. You see, you have to go the opposite to hurt. Try to hurt me.
Listen,
See?
listen.
Hurt people. Hurt
So
people.
tell
Man.
me, why would this is a perfect transition? Why would
Alright.
you use sweet top? Why?
So, in all seriousness, probably the best time.
There's nothing serious about this conversation.
No, but the best time the best time to pull out all your tricks, is I look at it two ways. So you argue an post argument maybe, post fight, post disagreement. That's one. Also, to go back in time, the best time, probably by far, if you got it in you, is when you want, have a couple gal, one, two, three of them. The sweet up is essential, man. Essential. And it doesn't mean you gotta go spend a lot of money. It doesn't mean you gotta go buy gifts or do anything like that. But it's all in the talk. It's all in the verbiage. It's all in the let's go to the park. Yo, when you go to the park, them kind of thing is free, Bridget. You don't gotta pay for no movie. You don't gotta pay for nothing. You don't gotta pay for no food. Right?
So you're sweeting up
When
on
you
a budget.
on a
All
budget.
right.
Yo, meet you after school. Let's link up over here after school. Okay, that's a
So do
easy.
you ever sit back and be like, "Yo, what's my sub today?" Sub stands for sweet up budget.
No, I thought I was cheap.
See, I
I
got
was super cheap.
$10.
I was super cheap, and I'm beyond. I wouldn't pay I wouldn't pay for anything anyone anywhere, but I still was able to go on dates and have these things occur in such a way that I could use my verbiage to not only engage in a trusting relationship, but also, but
Sorry.
also, but also, but also that the person on the other end wouldn't go ahead and share that this relationship is happening, which would allow me to further my sweet up and extend it out into someone else, and then bring them into my fold. And then also keep expressing, having that, yo, man, it's all in the smiles, all in the laugh. It's
So
all in
your
the
sweet
thing.
up transition throughout your lifetime. So it went from being solely directed to ringing in girls to I guess being to what actually?
I think so. Again, in all seriousness, I think one of my faults is that if you were to ever like line up people that I had a relationship, they probably would say like he maybe made us feel like we're the only one in the room, maybe that kind of thing. Like you made them feel like make someone feel like they're the only one that you're interested in. You know?
Before you ripped their heart out and threw it in the
No,
sewer.
no, but it's at the time, like at the time of engagement, right? That
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
that you were able to maneuver and say certain things that would make that person feel that way, right? And it's not
So
like
I
you're
guess it's fun
manipulating.
because like
Yeah.
I guess you going back to rewinding the clock, as you say. I was never a highly verbal kind of person with women with regards to like I don't know. I guess I just missed that gene where I'm always saying, "Oh, you're so gorgeous, the most beautiful thing," blah blah. Like that kind of like You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was more of an actions kind of person, and I've actually gotten that feedback where, I would go and, spend the money on a nice dinner or surprise them, by showing up somewhere or, stuff like that. And that's the kind of stuff where they're like, oh, yeah, you made me feel special because you went and you like, guy never takes me here on a first day, or a guy never, you know, uh, contacts me, after for right after meeting or something like that, or getting a number, stuff like that. I try to take the chivalrous. I can't say I was chivalrous gentleman approach. That was
Yeah,
my.
but this
It
the
costs more money than your sweet up, but at the same time, that's just how it goes.
but see, I didn't. I guess maybe it's not the. But what would make it? I'm not non-gentlemanly, right? I'm not having those
Oh,
non-chivalry
I'm not
moments,
saying
right?
you're
No.
non-gentleman.
But what I'm saying is the difference is in the talking your way out of having to go on that dinner at an expensive restaurant, but still
But that's the thing.
have.
That's why I enjoyed it
Yeah.
actually. Like I
Well, that
liked to.
but but I'm saying I'm saying if you wanted to be, you know, frugal, like with your money, as I was,
Yes, yes.
that you would find a way around that. Like you'd find some way around that. And how I'm actually trying to bring the past to the present now, is that I still pull those same maneuvers with my wife, making her feel like she is the only one here. She is
Yeah.
like nothing else is going on, but she's the most important thing in this moment. So it's all in that talk, man. It's just all in that same small. And I've always feel like small gestures are the best. Small gestures
Oh,
uh
100%.
are, I believe, the best thing with anyone. With anyone, it doesn't
You know
have to.
what? I know that I won't even go into specifics, but I know that Cece and I were both particular people. Cece more so, and I go out of my way to try and you know uh um I guess satisfy her intricate needs, because I know like there's small things that she just likes. You know what I mean? Um, and even though it's not by any means a big gesture, and it's almost like it is my job as her man to do these things. I know that she appreciates when I'm able to remember the small stuff, like even this most recent one where she likes. We have the curtains closed usually at night because we're watching TV or whatever, going to bed, etc. But she has plants all over the house and they need light.
This is true.
And
These
I
are
know
facts.
that
These are
she
facts.
like I know she likes she's asked me a while ago, if I remember, open the curtains in the morning before I leave for work. So I wake up early
Right.
than her. And when I do that, I don't even need a thank you. I don't need a whatever. But I know that when she comes down and she sees the light is open,
Right.
she appreciates that, right? It's nonverbal and it's such a small thing.
So let me tell you
But I know
something.
that it means a lot to her.
Let me tell you something that enough mans make a mistake doing. All right.
Oh boy, were you
Enough,
gonna
mans.
bash me now?
No, not you.
Oh,
What you're doing is the right thing with the right person, meaning your girlfriend and or wife deserves that kind of treatment. One of the biggest mistakes these guys make, and I'm not talking about young guys, because when I was young, the mans around me were doing the same foolishness. You cannot cater to those same needs to every gal, especially if you have one or two or more.
I
Meaning,
100% made that mistake when I was younger.
you cannot do that, because guess what?
100%.
You're gonna find yourself.
I treated every girl as if like they were like my girlfriend.
And the problem with that is, especially if you want to have, and you have a couple girls, not just one, is that you are now going to find yourself in a relationship because you've crossed that emotional border where you're not just flirting around, you're not just like sweet up. The sweet up now has you've now crossed over into that world of, you now know her favorite thing and you buy her that just as a little yo, man, you cannot you play that game, brother. You're done, man.
Jeez.
You're done, man. You're
There's
done.
so like
You're done. You
you're
can't
coming
do
to
that.
this at a completely different perspective. That's actually hilarious.
You can't do that because again, you do that, you've now found yourself in a relationship. You're gonna find yourself in arguments. You're gonna find yourself being exposed, especially if you want to keep this game that you're playing going. There's rules
It's
to
not
this.
practice.
Yeah, it's not, and you can't. Yo, you. I seen so many guys do that. One time there was a guy. I won't say his name, and he bought this girl.
Is this another Forbes story?
No, he bought this girl a kit. He bought this girl a. Forrest would never do that, man. Forrest my boy, man. I don't hang around no lames, man. This guy bought this girl a kitten, like a baby kitten. I'm like, dog,
Like, was he with her?
no. My bought her a kitten, man.
No.
Bought her a kitten. And I said to the man, I was like, yo, why do you? I'm like, yo, you dealing with her? He said no. I said, Bregin, what are you doing, guy? Like, why would you go through all those lengths? He likes her. Start small, man. You want to get her, start small.
Yo, it's small. It's a small kitten.
Yeah,
it's not
but
full
she's
grown.
talking to everybody, brother. She's talking to everybody in that place, man. We used to work together in the same. We used to work together in Best Buy. Not the Best Buy we all worked at. A different Best Buy.
Oh, I was just about to grill you for a name.
No.
All right.
And my man bought her a kitten, dog. And this girl, this girl would talk to everybody. I'm like, imagine she's talking to you the same way she's talking to everybody. It's not like you feeling special.
You're not special. Yeah.
You feeling special. She's just being nice. She's just a kind person, just generally kind.
Wow.
I bought her a kitten, Bridget. Oh my!
I wasn't
God.
that far. I wasn't that far gone. I had some sense.
He bought now his sweet up game was his radar wasn't correct because you go out there and you buy something like that. Imagine if she you're not even ready for that turn back on you. Because what if she's like, oh my God, I love it. What, are you ready for this now? Like, what you don't know? Are you ready for what you're gonna get from her? Like, are you ready for that? Like,
is this not what you want?
But yeah, man, back to that. I've seen so many men make that mistake, dude, and they cross that line of And I think guys do that now too. That's why you see so many men get like catch up on IG exposed.
So here's a question. So does a sweet up differ from when a guy does it to a girl, or from when a girl does it like for a guy?
Does it differ? I think women, depending on the kind of woman you're with. So if you're with someone who maybe is a lot more charismatic, not so much laid back, they're probably gonna use like their femininity a lot more on you, to entice you, to like make you feel better, to like pick up your spirits. If you have somebody that's kind of more laid back, or someone that's kind of more private, just generally, they're probably going to like buy you small gifts, or like, kind of how you have a thoughtfulness for Ceci, and be like, oh, she likes these things. They'll probably do like that for you. Pick you up something that you weren't expecting. And probably show the love and appreciation that way. But if we're talking sweet up, I think to get the full thing of the sweet up, you have to have someone who's fairly charismatic and probably a little bit more outgoing to get that. Because what comes with it, no matter how you want to cut it, it comes with a little bit of a sexuality, kind of an enticement, kind of a sweetness that, even though it might not lead to something, it's the illusion of something that it could lead to.
It's the tease.
The tease, exactly, the tease. And hey, man, more times than not, if you play your cards right, there's no tease. It's just straight to action. You know what I'm saying? But that's up to how you play it.
Jeez. So sweet up in your version, so you can use it for just for the game, right? Let's just call it the game, right? Of course, you use it in a long-term relationship where it's just to make them feel nice, or to be a prelude to, something else, to pick spirits up. How would you? So you could also use it at work, of course. So like, I think everybody like probably sweets up their boss, for example. Right. They always try to, have topics that, if your boss likes wine, you'll bring up wine, even if you don't care about wine, but you'll bring it up just because that's a commonality. Or you'll bring up stuff that that they like, just because that is you trying to sweet them up, so you can possibly get a promotion or have your name in the bag when it comes, or in the hat, sorry, when it comes to selecting something, et cetera, et cetera. correct?
but like even like you, I know you don't like verbal sweet up, you know? Like you don't like
You
verbal
know, well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
like
Here's the thing.
I can tell you 10 things I like about you until
Mm.
you sleep. You'll come back with me with not a defensiveness, but you'll probably hurl an insult. See, like earlier,
What do you mean?
you'd
Oh
hurl
no,
an
I do that on
insult, right?
purpose because I
No, no,
knew
no,
what you were doing.
but what I mean is some people can take the are good with taking the verbal thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
some people are good with
yeah.
receiving something maybe more a little bit on the low, you know?
Yeah. So actually, I can agree with that because that is true. So verbally, I must if I'm with like my boss or something, then obviously you're gonna have a discussion. You're not gonna go graze up on your boss, right? Don't his ass face guy. His
Is your
eyebrow just
boss
twitches. He's like,
is your
no,
boss
my boss is not female.
is a man, right?
Yes,
Do you guys shake
yes.
hands? Do you shake hands?
Not right now because it's COVID.
So one way to do it is shake hand and then with the other hand touch their shoulder or elbow. You know, like
Yeah.
that kind of little
I
that little
actually, you
thing,
know
you know?
what? If I can, I actually give daps. People think it's like to certain bosses because it just shows that it's beyond just work. It's actually like a camaraderie. Hey, it works. I have a boss who just gives me daps, no problem.
Frank has done two hood things today. Today he used the word trill.
Oh my!
He's like, yo, I'm so trill. TRILL. That, and also now knowing that he's in the office, dapping up my like, yo, all right, yo,
Well, here's the thing.
Respect.
We won't dive into this, but think about it. Because I am black, I'm a visible minority in a
Yeah.
industry that doesn't have many visible minorities in a position of management.
Yeah, you got to dap him up.
Honestly, the amount of times that people come and give me daps just because of who I am, I'm like,
hey, Frank.
yeah,
Fist bump, bro. Fist bump.
put it there, bud. I'm like,
there, Frank.
There you go. Oh, we're doing full four knuckles. Oh, we're going horizontal. All right, cool, no problem.
You know what?
We ain't just gonna tap the pinky. You know what I mean?
You know what sucks when you like you see somebody and they go for the dap, but you go for the hand, like the hand, like the big the homeboy handshake. But then
you just end up playing rock paper scissors.
Then they midway switch, and then you switch, and it's like just like
that's happened a few times. It's happened a few times. Not gonna lie.
But yeah, man, it definitely can happen in other realms, man. It doesn't have to be in your relationship. It could happen with, again, it's an endearingness to it, and I think again, I think the difference between a sweet up and just kind of like further along in your relationship or showing someone that you care. The difference with the sweet up thing is that there is a enticement tease. To me, if I have and when I'm defining it, to me that's the difference. That there is a bit of a tease or allusion to like something, even if you're just busting a joke or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Fair. All right, I hear you. So I think probably my last question here. Do you think sweet up is mostly used for personal gains or not?
I would say for the guys who the guys who are doing it for personal gain definitely know what they're doing and probably are doing it outside also. So do you know that? So if you're a lady listening and you notice that when you get sweet up, there's always some sort of, like a little extra kiss, a little gesture to make it be like, let's further along this night kind of this kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure that guy is also
you're just outing mans right now. Eh?
I'm pretty sure he's doing something. He's got to probably be out there, like, because
what?
Because
so you're saying wait, stop.
Just like you said, like you're wanting something back, like not just you don't want verbal cue back, you don't want confirmation, an affirmation back. You want something back, like you want action. You're given action, and you want some. You want to wind up on.
I think a okay. So that part I will. That part I have to disagree with.
Okay, you just said it.
So no, hang on, hang on. No, I'm disappointed. I'm disagreeing with a portion of what you said. Where you said if he does that or she, that means that they're out there doing it as well. That's what you said, right?
I'm saying most likely not doing that, but I think that they are using that in other realms, meaning to say that it's only being used to get something. It's only being used to get something back for them all the time because they're not
Nah, I wouldn't
doing it.
say that.
That's
I
what I'm saying.
disagree.
That's
You
what I'm
know
saying.
what? Okay, I know. So the reason why I say that is because there are some, uh, if we're gonna get into sexuality and whatnot, there are some guys and girls who, um, I guess there's levels to it. So like you might go and do that to your girl, for example, because let's say, yeah, you're trying to initiate something, or even if it's innocent, you're just doing it to them, right? There's some level of sexuality to it. Whereas you might go and, if you, uh, I don't know, someone at your work or school, whatever, and your friends, and you give them a little flirt, like a little flirt line. That's literally just in jest because you know you're just like playing around, but you're
Yeah,
not actually
but what is the flirt?
pursuing.
Flirting is showing some sort of interest in something, right? Like you're showing
I
a
don't think
little,
so.
you're giving a little wink, a
No, because
little
think about
thing.
it.
You're trying to
No, no,
entice,
think
bring
about
them
it. No,
into
think about it.
something.
Think about it. Because you can, if you might go to, remember, there's different levels of flirt. I'm not saying like, hey, oh yeah, your ass look good today or something like that. But let's say you're even at like I don't know, this might be a dumb example, but a cashier, and it could be an older lady, and she might not say anything when you get up and be like, hey, how you doing? And you might say their name like specifically. Oh, hey, how you doing, Debbie? Oh yeah, long day. Oh yeah, yeah. And you just chat with them. You're just,
That's just
you're
kindness. That's just kindness.
man, what is the difference between kindness and
I
sweet
just
man?
said. That's why it can't be used everywhere, man. It's not like you're just using it everywhere.
Okay.
But that's my point that like to me if in your relationship you're using it or your relationships you're using it to get to something, to me that
Yes.
tells me that that person also in any other facet where he has to get something or she has to get something is using something is using some sort of
But
flirtation,
not the
some sort
same
of
means.
what you mean. What do you mean?
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
because
not in the same way. Not in
everybody
the same way.
everybody
No,
uses sweet. Okay, so you agree? Everybody uses sweet up at some point to get
no,
something.
not
That's
everybody.
a
Not
that's
everybody.
a fact. That is
No,
literally a fact.
because then that would mean everybody's doing
Mhm.
sweet up. I don't think everybody's doing it because I'm pretty sure there's enough mans who are not. I have uncles who I can't imagine doing no sweet up like that.
Well,
And I
I
have
would
people
say
in
a
my
lot of
family
guys sweet up.
who
Let's
can't
say,
talk.
okay,
Like they don't
fine.
even barely talk. I can't even imagine what's a sweet up. I don't know what they're probably just laying down a
Yeah,
big
but maybe
thing.
behind closed doors, he's different, right? Maybe behind, those guys, those fellas who are like they're all hard and tough, in front. Like my dad's like this, hard and tough, face value. But then
Your
like if you
dad's
get him
slick.
one on one,
Your dad will pose up on a car and just talk to somebody. That's a man that has that charisma to him, man. That's
guy,
not every man.
my dad sweets up my own girl. This is a
Yeah,
fact.
so that's what I'm saying. That's not a good example. I'm talking about there's enough men who don't do that. There's enough men who don't like talk like that or have that part in them that can come out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fair enough, fair
yeah.
enough, fair
So
enough,
not everybody
fair enough.
has that in them. You know, we're talking specifically about mans who have it in.
I hear you, I hear you.
Or there's
Fair
like
enough.
those guys that look at their friends who can do that, and they not in an envious way, but they almost like, yo, how is this guy? How
Yeah,
you know what I mean? How is he able to do this consistently? You know? Yeah.
just different blood, different bones.
Different bone. Like what you need to, what I would like you to do. You're probably never gonna do it, but
Me.
just bust out the Saint Vincent accent a little bit here and there. You know?
Well, I'll never do it just because like I can't do it.
You do. What do you mean? You did it. You did it earlier.
I wasn't no Vinci accent. If you ask a Vinci person, they're just like,
Okay,
"What do
but who are
you
you doing
stop?"
it in front of? I'm pretty sure Ceci's not gonna be like, "Yo, that's not South Saint Vincent. That's more Grenadines." Like she's not gonna be like, "Hey, wait a minute, wait a minute."
Usually, if I try to bust out any form of accent in CC, it's followed up with laughter.
Did you ever
No,
do
not
a?
actually, not actually.
So hold on, let me
But
ask you a real question. Did you ever fail at a sweet up? Not that kind of fail, but like maybe it was a girl you're trying to get her attention, someone like you're trying to date long time ago or anything, where you put it out there and it failed?
I'm sure. I'm just trying to think of an example.
My failures have sucked.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, there was, yeah, no, well, there was a failure, but here's the thing, though. Like, honestly, growing up, I, I kind of, um, I attempted or I engaged with each girl kind of with the mentality of like I kind of wanted to like actually date them and be their man. So
Right.
you know what I mean. So Sweet Up, I don't know. It's not really the same. You know, apples for apples.
Did you ever think
But
that you were being taken advantage of sweet up wise? Like you're doing the extra more than what you were getting
oh,
back?
100%, 100,000%. Oh my goodness. Honestly, it was. I say that because there's actually a string of time where it literally broke me to the point, broke me as in like I was like, yo, I'm not doing anything for these girls no more. But I think
Yes,
it's just
man.
I was doing the wrong things, right?
Right.
I wasn't using my sub. I was exceeding the
What's
sub. You
what's
know
the
what I
sub
mean?
mean again? Sweet up what?
Sweet up budget.
Sweet up. Sweet up budget.
I was going over the forecast. um, but no, there's definitely been times. Okay, so on the real, there have been times where I put in the work, put in the moves, whether it's aligns with what you're saying or not. But like I put in the messaging, the contacting, the set up meets, the taking out, the the actual even making moves. And there's one girl who actually shot me down twice. I went and failed, and I was like, oh, maybe I just there's more time required. And then I attempted again. I failed again. I was
What'd
just
you
like,
do? Like, what do you mean? How did you fail? Like, you asked her straight something, or like you
as in
noticed?
like I think like I was like visibly pursuing a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But do you think if
And
you would have presented some form of sweet up, you could have got in a little bit? It would have went around if you talked a certain different way, or kind of like, presented yourself in a little bit different.
I plead the fifth. I would say this.
Yeah.
Okay, so um I would say that if I hung out with a different group of people growing up
Yeah.
and was introduced to that kind of different uh sweet up game, let's
Yeah.
just say, um yeah, my childhood or my adulthood, adolescence, sorry, would have been different. Like there would have been different interactions with different women. Yes. Right. But I didn't, I was, back then, it was practice. I didn't know the game. I didn't know the game. Being straight up, I was all about, like I said, I was never a player. I never dated multiple girls. Like I was always just saying, oh, see a girl, go for the girl. That's kind of like what I was taught and raised to do. You know what I mean?
I
Which
think more
I still
people, but
have
I think
no,
I would think that more people do that than the other part of this. Like, what
maybe.
do more
Who
people do?
knows? I
Yeah.
think today with social media, I think it's completely opposite. You can
Oh
talk
yeah.
to any and everybody. You can talk to 10 people at one time, and you know what I mean?
Right.
But nonetheless, just going back to it, um, yes, I have had moments or instances where I try sweet up and it just didn't work. Where like I got okay, sorry, two things. So sweet up where I was actually trying to get the girl
So what did you do?
and it just didn't
What is
work.
your process that time? What
But
is
then
young
there was
Frank?
also, hang
Come
on,
on,
no,
man.
no.
What's young
But then there
Frank's?
was also
Yeah.
sweet ups in passing. Like for example, at a club, if you see a girl, you go try to talk to them. But that's where I would try to, drop the verbal. I have like seconds to try to impress whatever it is, or even like a sweet up dance, like just how you say when you come
Yes,
down,
yes,
you
yes,
graze
yes, yes, yes.
Sayada. If you're at a club, or whatever, you see a girl, you go, you bust a move, you try to get close, you try to get a little contact. Oh, countless times that's failed, countless. But there's also a lot of times where it succeeded. So definitely, I've had rejections, 100%, 100%.
But what is the? You gotta give me. What was Frank's like? Not go to, but like what is
Give
the?
me a scenario. Give me a scenario, and I will try to set it up.
Okay, so like you're there at the club with the girl. What do you say
Wait,
to her?
with the girl, or I see a girl?
You see the girl, like you said back then. Now
Gosh.
this is a girl you don't know. So I'm talking about the scenario you're talking about, like where you got shot down. Like that's a girl you don't never knew them before, or you knew her kind of before.
I No, the girl, I knew the girl before. The one I talked about shut down,
Yeah.
the two instances, I knew the girl.
So what are you saying to her? Like what did you say to her?
I think I just came off too serious.
I could see that. Yeah.
I came off too serious. And I think that's why honest to goodness, I think this will maybe expose me a bit, but maybe that's why I'm not as No, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. My actions speak volume, right?
Maybe when
Mm.
you have an attractiveness, or when you see someone you're
For
attracted
example,
to.
hang on,
Okay, go ahead.
for example, I might be like, oh, yo, let me take you out for dinner. Now let me go, and I'll be like, oh, this restaurant, nice restaurant. Some girls might be like, oh yeah, that's sick. Some girls might be like, that's pretty serious. You know what I mean?
See,
Or
if you find a real
mm,
hood man, the man don't gotta talk
mm.
about no restaurant. You be just talking like straight.
Azam, I grew up in Ajax.
I
I am
know,
not
man.
a hood
I
man.
know,
Like,
I'm saying
I
hood
don't know
man, but
what else
not
I have
hood
to
man. I
say
just
to
mean
you,
to say,
guy. Like,
yeah, but there's that. If you got, yo, man, listen. I used to have a saying and a thought that I still think holds true. If you have a clear face, like your face is clear, you don't have scars, no acne, no nothing crazy going on about your face from a male standpoint, from as a man or as a young man, you got a chance, brother. And the way you can have the chance is with your verbal skills, because where you're offering these things, a man who's doing it the other way is not offering any of that stuff. Like
yes, I understand.
not even one iota of any of that stuff.
I
Not even a trip,
understand.
not even a drop home. Come on, drop you home.
I
None of that.
understand. I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. But I will say that, no, I was going to be corny, but I won't. Yes. Just yes.
Okay.
Nope.
So we're
Don't try to pull on me. Yeah.
so where are we with this? So we've defined sweet tub as to me and as to you. I have
So we
also
clearly have
yeah.
different views. So the next thing to do is to fire off. So what we're going to do here is we're each going to say a statement of what we think sweet up is, and you're going to follow it up with that's sweet up. She's going to
Right.
say blah 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 blah. That's sweet up, and we're just going to fire off a few and just see the reactions.
Okay, you go first then.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
These are just gonna come out.
All right.
All right.
So
All right.
wait. I'm either gonna say that's a sweet tub or not a sweet tub. Is that what's happening?
Oh,
Is that what we're
I
doing?
was, you know, I was gonna say that's a sweet up, but yeah, you know what? You can say that's a sweet up or not.
All right.
Just say that's a sweet up, or just say nah.
Okay.
All right.
And are these real things you've done? Are these real things you've done, or this is just ideas?
These are real things I have done. Yes.
All right, let's go.
Wait. Well, I already exposed myself. It's already. Yo, it's sorry. Cat's out the bag, yo. All right. So I'll say one, you say one. Here we go.
Okay.
Stop your girl's ass when she walks by.
To me, that's not a sweet up. Like, it's just smack. It's just a smack.
Okay,
what
it
happens
can
after
be a
the smack?
smack. It could be a grab. It could be a, you know, a graze.
Because, but is that just a normal regular walk by smack and then you're walking by, or are you smacking and you're engaging? Are you smacking and hugging? Like, what is after that?
You know what? Let's have no descriptions. Just to say sweet up or not. I can't go down this road right now. Just sweet up or not. You guys stick with nah? You
I'm
guys stick with
going
nah?
no. That's not a sweet up, man.
All right, go ahead. What's yours?
All right, you come down. You come down the stairs. You come down the stairs. She's there by
Nah.
herself. She's there by herself. She's there by herself. She sees you. She
Mm.
sees you, but she doesn't see you. She just knows you're present in the room. You go over. You walk close to her, and you grab her. You grab her hand, like whatever hand she has free, and you just kiss her hand, and you tell her that she looks beautiful tonight, and you kiss her at the top part of her ear, like the top part, not the lobe.
Mm.
Lobe is overrated. You gotta get the top part of the ear, and then you give her a little bit of hug and be like, "What we eating tonight?" Simple thing, man. Simple thing.
Wait, you say what you eating tonight?
Yeah, what we eating tonight?
Nah.
That could mean many things.
Nah.
That could mean many things.
All right, I'll give you that. That's a sweet up. I just want to say it's not. Whatever. Fine. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you painted a picture, so fine. I'm gonna paint the damn picture too. You wake up before her. You know that she's up late. She had a hard day of work during the week. You go downstairs, you cook her, make her a nice coffee, make some nice breakfast. You go upstairs, you bring her the coffee as she's waking up. You give her a kiss. You say, hey, good morning. You go back downstairs. You know she's getting ready, getting her clothes on, whatever that is. She comes downstairs. You have the 2 plates set. You sit in there. You have a nice coffee and breakfast. Bright morning. Start the day off proper.
That's just romantic. That's not a sweet up, man. That's not no sweet.
What is? Oh.
Wait, dropping rose petals leading to the bathtub too. Like that's not sweet.
All right, next. Go. Give me your next one. Give me your next one. Oh, I hate this.
So
I regret everything. Go.
So let me see another one. So she changed her
Every
clothes,
single
she's in
one
the
you have
closet.
is like a friggin' long ass.
Changes clothes.
All right, go.
She's in the closet. She's changing her clothes, changing or whatever it is. You head in there. You 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 kind of grab her, twirl her around, kind of like a little bit of a dance, and you just plant one right on her, plant one right on right on her lips, and that's it. You just walk out.
Mm.
You just walk out. Let her talk. You don't talk. You just let her talk.
Nah.
That's sweet though, man. That's straight sweet.
No,
Straight
it's not.
sweetness. Why is not?
No, it's not.
Why?
Because before I'm saying she's standing there chilling. She walks by, mind her own business. You give her a nice little slap on the ass, nice little grope, whatever you want to call it. You're talking about spinning the girl around, making her all dizzy and shit, and then you want to give her a kiss and then walk away. Come on, man.
I asked you what happens after you smack. Were you just smacking butts? You walking away? It's a strip club. It's not a strip club.
Yeah, it's because it's like a tease. It's not romantic.
Frank's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a strip club? I'm like, is it a strip club? Frank's like, yeah. And here it is, established rodeo.
Rodeo.
All right, let's do it. How much more? We got a couple more.
Yeah, I got. Yeah.
Let's do
All
one or
right.
two more. Let's do a couple more. Only because we're getting long on time, I think, just on this.
All right, fine. No, this is so. I don't want to say mine anymore.
One more.
No, okay. How about this?
One more, and then we'll go. We'll conclude. How about that?
Kissing her on her neck and rubbing her back.
But you see, okay, this is what tells me you're not a man who does.
Just say nah. Go to yours. Just say nah and go to yours. I want to hear an explanation. What's your next one? Go.
Now, what was the thing? What you just said? Kiss her neck and
No.
rub her back.
What is
But
your?
is she standing
what's
up
your
or
next
laying
one?
down? No, but is she standing up or laying down? What's the scenario?
She's standing up.
She's standing up.
Standing up doing dishes.
So let me put a sweet up spin on that. All right, this will be the last.
No,
one.
I don't want to hear it.
She's doing dishes.
Give me yours. Give me
She's doing
yours.
dishes. She's doing dishes.
Give me yours.
So let me make it a sweet up. All right.
Oh,
She's doing dishes. You kiss her back. You kiss her neck and rub her back. That's what you said, right? And the scenario is she's doing dishes. All right. So she's doing dishes. You kiss her neck. You rub her back with one hand. With the other hand, you come around the front of her, give her a little bit of a hug, and you tell her something sweet. You gotta tell her something nice. You gotta tell her something like.
why do you have to say something sweet?
You gotta say something. You gotta say something. This is part of the.
What,
sweet
you
talk.
just
gotta-
twirled your girl around and kissed her and walked out saying nothing.
you
Why
gotta-
can't I
because
kiss her on the
that's a
neck, rub her back, and then do nothing either?
That's
Yo,
what I'm
your rules
asking.
make no
I'm asking you,
sense.
yeah, but I'm asking you, what are you doing next? You're not giving me anything. You're giving
You
up.
walked out the room.
Yeah, but I completed my thing. You're like, you kiss neck, rub back, and you just stand there like staring at the back of her
No,
head.
you
Nah.
leave. No, come on, man. You're reading read
Well, that's
the
what I asked
context.
you.
You kiss your neck, you
That's
rub her
what I
back, and you
asked you.
dip.
That's what I asked
You leave.
Nah.
You slap an ass. You leave.
No.
You make breakfast. You leave.
This man drops rose petals to the bathtub.
You leave,
He just
yo.
walk out, like, oh my god, Frank! Like, badonks. Door closed in the back. Like, yo, what happened? Then she's like, yo, how come you just left? Well, you don't like sweet top? Yo, you don't like sweet top? Okay, so you know what?
All right, fine. How about this last one?
All right, go
Last
ahead.
one.
Yes, good.
She's downstairs.
Like it.
You've
like
been
it.
upstairs doing your thing.
That's what
Okay.
I like the
You're
story.
chilling. You
I like
haven't
the story.
You haven't
Yeah.
seen each other for a minute.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
You call her. You say, "Hey, yo, come up here for a second." She comes up.
Oh boy.
You got 90s reggae playing. You got a candle lit. You got blankets laid out.
Blankets.
You got like your bed. You're in your bed. You're in your room. So your blanket's nice. Your bed's made up.
Like your blanket.
What is
not
that?
Blankets.
Yeah, your blanket, man.
All right.
Mm.
That's it. What are we? What are you doing? Yo, you have no follow. What does Ceci do? Just walk in the room and you just walk out? You just walk out? Frankie, what are you doing? This man's just walking out of the room every time. You're just walking out. Your job is done. You walk right out of the room.
Like, how much more detail do I have to give you of the follow-up, dog? What else are you thinking? I'm gonna have a game of checkers on the bed. Be like, yo, sit down, let's play.
I think what's happening is you're doing romantic things, but you're not doing sweet up stuff. That's the difference, you see. So it's hard for me.
Let's go to our favorite segment. Favorite segment, guys. This guy's. That's it.
Because I'm like, yo, what is your action? You're like, yo, come upstairs. She comes up. Bed's made. There's blankets, multiple blankets on the bed.
Candles. 90s reggae.
Capleton.
What's gonna happen?
Oh, war. Bounty killer, pure bounty killer. When poor people fed up. This guy's got a war tune and social tunes popping out in the back.
I'm not playing rhythm, jeez.
Okay.
Right. I regret doing this episode. I absolutely regret it. So I am not going to hear the end of this.
So good. So good.
Next time I go do something for Cece, she's gonna be, wait, you're not gonna sweep me up, yo?
Or it would be the best if from Cece goes, yo, he just walked out. He did all this, takes a picture. He just walked
out. Where did he go?
Oh my God. Car start, garage open, car start. Like, yo, well, you don't like sweet up?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so in conclusion, I don't know if you want
to
add
a conclusion.
Conclusion. I'll add a little.
I got nothing. I'm just gonna say I'm still so confused about sweet up.
Guys, one of the best things you can do is enact any function of the sweet up to your girl, to your wife, to your gyaldem. Make them feel good. Make them feel good about themselves. Make them feel like you care about them in easy instances. You know, like in instances where it's not overly complicated. You're not going through all these like bells and whistles. Like Frank was saying, I'm going to throw Frank a bone. You know, he's doing things here in his home, things that are not costing anything. These are very frugal things that we're all doing.
No, you know? Yo, gentlemen, don't listen to anything I said. I got it all wrong, and I gotta go back and study the books. I gotta go back and watch film. I gotta go back and listen to tape. I gotta go back and just work on my layup, everything.
Listen, I love Frankie, and I'll tell you what, his conclusion. If I learn anything about him, and if I can spread any sort of advice to you guys from his mouth, we'll just walk out. Do it, and just walk out. Just leave. Just do it and walk out.
I'm gonna be so confused. So I'm gonna do something, walk out, and Cece just gonna be like, "That's it."
All right,
man, I can't handle this.
So let's put a bow on Sweet Up, and let's get into Frankie. Everyone's favorite segment of the week. It is time for Spittin' in 5.
I got nothing. I was about to say do something, and I just completely screwed the lyrics. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, Jumbi catch you by whopping. Something happened.
Oh my goodness. Everybody, welcome to the last segment of the show, Spittin' in 5. Woo! I gotta catch my breath, man. I'm so hot from that topic. If you do not know, it is quite simply where I have a topic of my choice that Zam does not know. It could be a question, a scenario, it can be an action, anything, and I pose it to him, and I just get a straight up answer. Usually funny, usually radical, usually doesn't make any sense, but guess what? It's my segment of the show, so I don't care. I can do whatever I want. So, Azam,
Yes.
this week's scenario. We're going back to the good old scenarios that
When
you
they-
love so much.
When they come to you.
So,
Yeah.
someone comes to you.
Yeah.
They come to you and they
Yeah.
can say, listen, I got $100 billion right here. I'll wire it to your account tax free, no gimmicks, no nothing.
Oh,
$100
God.
billion. It's
Here we go.
yours.
Yeah. What
It's
has
yours.
and what has to happen?
You have to endure one of these three things without screaming, without even, you just gotta take it. No flinching, no, most you can do is just like okay.
Okay.
But you gotta have, you can't cry, scream, can't be like, nothing.
There's a time
Like,
limit.
straight
Is there a
face.
time limit, or is it like a?
You hear it's just an action. So they
Okay.
say, choose one of these three things to happen to you that you think you have the best, the highest level of success of not reacting. Number one, they get a pry off your big toenail. Number two, they get to, did I say three things or four things? It's four things.
Okay.
They get to break a finger. Okay. Number three, actually, no, it's only gonna be three things. Sorry, my bad. So yeah, so pry off a toe, break a finger, or they get a cut off a 1 by 1 centimeter piece of flesh from your butt cheek.
Oh, butt cheek.
What do
I
you
would take
think-
The butt cheek. 100%.
You won't flinch for that
No.
at
It's
all.
Meat. It's a lot of just meat.
Even
back
if
there.
it's
not
like
all
the inner
nerves.
butt cheek. What if it's like the inner butt cheek? Like
Ooh.
there you go. Yeah, it's not just like out. They could say anywhere.
Well,
if it's like
100
the inner butt cheek, like close to like,
So would you say like a cube? They're gonna cut a cube out, like a deep.
they're gonna take out a knife and be like, just take a nice little slab off your buttocks. Slab being like a little, like a little nugget, like the size of a fingernail. There you go, size of a fingernail. Your big toenail.
And like it's just initial reaction, like meaning like that. That's it?
Like
I
as
think-
in it happens. Initial reaction, and as these do, like as they're like cutting out the slab, or as they're prying off your toenail, or as they're like snapping your finger, you legit have to be like,
I'll do the butt
and-
cheek. I'll do butt cheek.
and just
I'll do butt cheek.
really butt
Yeah,
cheek.
Yeah. Wait. You mean like down in crease or like just top of cheek inside?
They can choose anywhere, so assume the worst.
Okay, nah.
So
nah,
your
nah.
fingers,
You know
they can
what?
break your thumb, which would hurt a lot. Your toes, it's your big toenail, like that will hurt. Like they gotta pry that off. And your butt cheek, yeah, they can be like right in there, close, and the sensitive part.
I'll do finger. I could do finger. I think.
You could do finger, you
Yeah,
think?
Yeah. I could
Do you think
finger.
you would actually succeed? Like actually, just like
For
stone cold?
$100 billion, I would succeed and just cry on the inside, like just cry really bad. But then when it would be done, then you could react, right? Or like, what?
Yeah, like they'll do it. They'll be like, "Hey, nothing." Like maybe they'll watch you for like a minute or something like that, and then they'll be
and
like,
it's guaranteed money,
Alright.
guaranteed 100 billion.
"Yeah,
I would do
they
it.
will wire. They will wire it."
I would do it. You know what I would do? I'd bite the inside of my mouth, like the inside. I would just bite. I would eat the 6 weeks of recovery for that money, 100%. The
Oh
ass
yeah, the
cheek,
recovery. I
the
don't care.
ass
about.
cheek thing. When you said it first, I thought it was kind of like, you ever heard of that movie Alive, where those soccer guys
Yeah,
crash,
yeah,
like
yeah.
the real life story, and they eat the
Mm.
dead people's butt cheeks to survive. But I assume they didn't go on the crease; they went on the meat, like the main.
Yeah, but to be honest, think about it though. If someone took a knife and
This
had
is
to, like,
all
cut out a piece of your butt cheek, that would suck.
Number one,
That's
this is
like-
all pause talk. Like all this talk is pure pause talk. pure. Like if the pause level and the amount of pause here is like you can't even. It doesn't make no sense to say it one time. Just know that this is like, but yeah. But as soon as you said the inside part, yo, that is gonna that. I don't know who would choose that, cause that, like, yeah, that's not. I wouldn't do that. That's because for a lot of
You can't even
men.
sit. You can't. You can't.
Yo,
do
for a
nothing
lot of
time.
mans, I'm just gonna say that's for a lot of mans, that's uncharted territory. Many of those like a lot of those areas that were like
Yeah.
you wouldn't like more times if you scratch down there or you wipe yourself, it's
Yeah.
not like you're down there for an hour. And I'm feeling like, oh, let me see. Can I take this? Can I take this? Let me see my pain threshold on my butt cheek.
Not just my butt cheek, my inner butt cheek.
my inner side. Let me see the left side. Is the left side more sensitive than the right side?
Ugh.
Yeah. I
So-
couldn't do it. So how about you? And
I would like to say finger.
have you ever had your finger broken before?
No,
Okay.
but I feel like if
Or
you're like,
dislocated.
so I see like in like if you're playing, you break your finger, like the initial break is fine, but when you realize it's broken, I've never seen
Fuck.
someone just been like, they're always like in excruciating pain, right? Because now that's bone, that's nerve, that's muscle, that's ligaments. Like it's it hurts.
Yeah.
And to suck that up for a minute, just like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that'd be tough. The toenail, I would want to do the toenail. The thing is though, is
Toenail is
can't
tough
just-
because like
you can't just
yeah.
pull the toenail off. Oh, you know what? I did have a fourth one, but the fourth one's too easy. The fourth one was pull a tooth.
Oh, I could do
No
tooth.
meds, no
I could do
nothing.
tooth. I've done tooth.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, I've done tooth. No, I would
A
no
fully
needle.
placed like molar, and someone comes, takes pliers, like, all right, you
I could
ready,
take
and
it.
pulls it out.
I could take the tooth.
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
100%. I could take the tooth.
A tooth is way. No,
could
you
take it.
can't.
I've had so much like dental things. I could do it 100%. I walked around last summer.
You're telling me you can have someone come and take a pliers to a good tooth that's embedded, not
Yes.
shaken, nothing, not rotted.
Yes.
Grab it and pry that out, and you be fine.
I could take that more than the finger.
That's a lie.
Yeah, 100%. I believe I could do that. 100%.
Your belief is wrong.
Like I could, because if you're saying all I could do is, like none of that. Yeah,
You're
100%. I'll be
100%
so rich.
squirming.
I'll be rich. Bro.
You're 100%
rich.
squirming
No,
in that
no.
chair.
I'll be rich, man.
Anyways, I'm 100. I would decide between the nail and the broken finger. Definitely no tooth. I wasn't taking that for sure. I would have to say the finger because it's
Yeah.
a quick snap.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
then
if we're gonna stick to the initial
hurt,
three.
like-
Yeah.
If I get jolts a little bit, I'll be like, okay. And then like I'll suck that in. Toe, the act of them prying that
The toe
toenail
is-
off,
Yeah.
that'll be excruciating.
And
That's like torture.
and that is a foreign pain to me. Like I don't have like so that is something I've had things where my hands have been messed up. I had this finger so on my left hand next to the middle finger, the like ring finger, I guess, right? I had the top of it cut off hanging
Ugh.
by bone. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that scar there. Can you see that scar?
You're not showing them. There you go. Oh yeah.
That scar? Like cut off hanging by so I feel like I have experience in this part.
Fair enough.
I don't have experience. If somebody grabbed my toenail, I'd be done. Excited because there'd be no money. And imagine, you know what sucks? What sucks more is that you lose the money and you lost the toenail and
Yeah.
you feel like shit and you're like the pain. It takes long for that shit to grow back, man. That shit don't grow.
That's
back
why
man.
with the I would say the butt cheek, but I'm
Nah,
like,
once you move
if
to the
that was,
inside,
like-
I don't know if I could do
if
that.
that's the inside, like that'll be like you're like,
And
and you have to do
also-
a couple of incisions to
and-
cut that out.
Yeah, but also like I'm not used to someone touching my butt. You know what I'm saying? So that's a foreign. That's what I meant by foreign. That's foreign to me. So like I can't imagine if I could take I don't want to see. Pause, man. All pause, man. Just pause. Woods, shout out to Woods. Woods always thinks that he always makes an earmark of when we shout him out. This is what, hour 20 or something, hour and 20 minutes in. Shout out to Woods, because Woods is gonna be pure pause on his. Pure bati
You know
pure
what?
bati
Woods
talk.
himself has a busted up finger too. You ever see his finger?
Yo, that's why the man has McLaren baby seats, man. He probably paid the price. He probably like, yo, you want this?
Take it. Take these braids too.
Yeah, take the braids. They'll never grow back. Take them. Just take them.
Take them.
All right, Frankie. So is
All
that
right, let's wrap it up.
all right? So that is episode 51. I hope you guys had as much fun as we did. I think we wanted to do a fun. I saw what Frank had on the menu here today, and I was like, you know what? We gotta have a little fun one. We had Dr. A. We've been having fun every week, but this is kind of more off the fly fun one. So. Great episode 51 in the books.
I'm literally gonna go and like think about my sweet up and how to even get it.
I think it's just your follow through after the action is done. I think you're doing romantic things. Everything you're saying is romantic.
You didn't like these candles and this nice reggae? You want me to stay too?
When poor people
Come
fed
on,
up.
man.
When poor people fed up under the sycamore tree.
It's a type of sea walking, a type of
like, oh.
I love it because Sam didn't know I knew that song.
Oh, this is the best. All right, my head is blazing in the back.
Tell the people where they can meet us. Tell them where they can find us.
So you can find us on all social media platforms, guys. As per usual, every week we tell you guys, please follow us, please comment, please subscribe. We're on IG, Facebook, Twitter. Even though, Twitter's kind of getting a rough patch. Have you heard about that?
No, what do you mean?
Yeah, they have all this like new privacy rules and like different things.
Oh, of
on
course.
There, stuff like
Not
this. And then
surprised.
they have like a premium service.
Not surprised.
They got a premium service they're gonna pay for, so you got to pay for like people to
Really?
retweet. Yeah. So I don't know how long more we'll be on Twitter, but if you guys do want to hit us up on there.
Guys, I
You
can't
can.
tell you the last time I've even looked at Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, anyway, hit us up, guys, on there.
Hit us up. You know what? I don't think. You know what? And I gotta be honest with you. I don't know if it's in our nature to engage at that Twitter level. I think we can easily engage IG level, DM level.
Yes, absolutely.
But Twitter, like kind of has a bit of a different feel to it. But if we have enough fans and a lot of people who listen to our show, probably there's a commonality there that
It can
probably
go
get
on.
there.
It
Yeah,
can
you
go on.
you definitely go on.
You hear that? It
yeah.
can go on. It can go on.
See, you got it in you, Frankie. It's in you, man.
Don't lie to me. Come on.
You see,
Guys
that's
gonna
why.
get me in
That's
trouble.
why I go back to my initial thing. I can't be the kind of friend I would have been 10 years ago. Because the 10 years ago, Sam would have brought this all out, man. Yo, Ceci be getting everything. All them kind of talk and all that kind of stuff would be coming out. Trust me.
Man just
Trust
said
me,
your
bro.
girl would be mine.
No,
Get
no.
over here.
You can find our podcast on all streaming platforms, wherever you listen to music, wherever you ever listen to your podcast. You can find us at A Coming of Age, the podcast. As always, you can email us at acomingofage.thepodcast@gmail.com. That is episode 51. Frankie, any last words?
This was a fun episode. As it was quite enlightening, and I'm gonna go downstairs and act like I'm gonna go downstairs and walk past Cece a few times.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna graze her, kiss her on her lips, and say, "You look beautiful tonight." And
You
then
gotta say
my
something.
then my post action will be I will leave the room and just leave that sweet up
That Frank's trademark.
upon her.
Walk out. I did the Wilson. I did the Frank Wilson. You do the Frank Wilson? Yeah, man. Pull the Frank Wilson. Walk out.
Yeah, yo, man. Girl was naked. She's ready. I just walked right out of her, yo.
She's wanting more. She's just wanting more.
I saw another guy walk in there, but no, for sure, she wants more. She wants more.
She wants me. She wants me. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys down the road. That is
Catch you on the flip side.
episode 51, and we are out.
Choo-choo.